Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon, ma'am.
See, what we have seen in the last lecture, we have come to the definition of a T3 space. So, how T3 space is defined? So, T3 is nothing but regular plus T1 space, right? Regular space plus T1 space is nothing but your T3 space. First, X2 should be a T space, and if it is a T space and it satisfies that it is a regular space as well as T1, then it is a T3 space. And after that, I have given you the homework that you have to complete that two theorems. What are the two theorems? These are related to hereditary and topological property. What you have to do already, we have written the proof of being a regular space is hereditary and being a T1 space is hereditary. So combining these two here, you can have a proof of being a T3 space is hereditary property. Okay, next being a T3 space is topological property, you can combine the proof of these two. That is being a regular space is topological property and being a T1 space is topological property. So I hope you have done this homework. And if you have a doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll go for the example. Okay, if not, let us go for the next one. We have to find out what we have written here. Regular plus T1 is a T3 space, or we can say it is equality. Now, what is the question? Every regular space need not be a T3 space. Okay, every regular space need not be a T3 space. But if it is regular plus as well as T1, okay, so that is what we want to prove, that if it is simply regular, it will not be a T3 space. Being a regular space does not imply that it is a T3 space, okay. So it should be regular as well as a T1 space. So combinedly it will give you a T3 space. Getting me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so instead of writing the statement, I am writing them in the form of a equation so that you can understand. This regular space does not imply that it is a T3 space. If it is regular as well as a T1 space, then it is a T3. So for this one, I will give you one example. Try to find out whether it is a regular and T3, T1. This is a homework for you people again. Why I'm giving the homework in every lecture, so that at least you will see what we have seen in this lecture and what is a homework. By doing the homework itself, your study will be completed, right? So no need to prepare for the exam. Tau is equals to phi x singleton a b c. Okay, so we have to prove that. What is our aim to prove? It is a regular space. Okay, and we have to prove that it is not a T3 space, right? What is our aim? We have to show the statement that every regular space need not be a T3 space. Now, as it is a regular space, or we want to prove it is a regular space, if I want to prove it is not a T3, what should I prove? I prove करावा लागेल not a T3 साठी.
Not T1 space.
Right.
Not even.
We have to prove that, or we can say that is to prove that it is not a T1 space. Okay. So to prove it is not a T1 space is very easy, because we can use the characterization property of a T1 space. Now tau is known to you. What is a tau? Phi x singleton a b c. Right. Now what is a family K with the help of this? The complement of phi is x, complement of x is phi, complement of a is bc, complement of bc is a. Correct? But what is a characterization property of a T1 space? If x2 is a T1 space, if you remember this property, every singleton sets are closed. We have proved this, no?
Yes,
In a
ma'am.
T1 space, every singleton sets are a closed. But whether every singleton set is a closed here, because in the family K we are having this much member. Okay, but every singleton set, whether it is closed, because we have three singleton set, A, B, and C. Whether all are members of family K?
No, ma'am.
So samely singleton A is a closed as well as open, but singleton B, singleton C both are not included in the family K. So hence we can say that by the condition, or we can use that we have a characterization property of a T1 space that every singleton set should be a closed set. But here you can see singleton B, singleton C both are not a member of a family K, and you can write the reason singleton B, singleton C are not a closed set, and hence from characterization property we can say that it is not a T1 space. Correct? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
No need to go for the definition every time because many theorems related to definition, characterization properties, and being regular spaces hereditary, being a topological property. So with the help of that, you can prove the theorems. Okay. Now with the help of this, we have proved that every regular space need not be a T3 space. To prove not a T3, it is sufficient to prove that it is not a T1 space. Okay, in the next step, as I told you that initially we have a T space. Okay, so first we have a T space with the 4 condition. Then we have introduces a T naught space which have one more condition. What is a condition? For 2 distinct point X and Y, we should have at least one open set which contain the one point and which does not contain the another point. Next we have entries, another T space that is a T1 space. What is the condition for a T1 space? Instead of finding a single open set, we should find out the 2 different open set G and H, and X is not a member of H and Y is not a member of a G. Okay, next we have found the T2 space. Okay, what is a condition for T2 space? The same is a condition as for a T1 space, but only extra condition is that the intersection.
Intersection is empty.
Okay, intersection is empty. Now next we can have the next space is what? T3 space. What is a condition to be a T3 space? It is regular plus T1. Okay. So in this way you can say that every T3 is T2, every T2 is T1, every T1 is T0, and I have given you counter examples also. Every T space is not a T0 for this indiscrete T space. For every T0 not a T1, we have I think some another example is there. I don't remember exactly. For T1 to T2, we have an example is cofinite and co-countable. And some example of X is equal to ABC we have written for another ones. Okay. So now you can imply the condition that every T3 space is T2, every T2 space is T1, every T1 space is T0 space, every T0 space is a T space. Okay. Getting me?
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever I am saying that every T3 is a T2, you should think that T3 should be a smaller set, because as we increase the number of conditions, the set becomes smaller and smaller. So we can have the condition every T3 is T2, every T2 is a T1 space, every T1 is T0. So up to this one we are knowing. Now just we have to prove that every T3 space is a T2 space. Prove that every T3 space is a T2 space. Okay. So to prove, so what is given to us in this? We have been provided that X2 is a T3 space. Correct? What is our aim to prove that? X2 is a T2 space. Okay. Prove that every T3 space is a T2 space, which means that we have been provided with the T3 space and we have to prove that it is a T2 space. Okay. Now if I want to prove any space to be a T2 space, what I have to start with the condition?
Distinct points in.
Okay. Distinct points in capital X. And what is our aim to find out? 2 disjoint open sets. Okay. So we have started with the 2 different points in capital X. Right. So if I am writing X is not equal to Y, so can I write X is not a member of singleton Y?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. right? Because both are different set. Now what is given to us? We have been provided that given x2 is a T3 space. Okay, so as it is a T3 space, I can say x2 is regular as well as x2 is a T1 space, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Because our aim is to prove that it is a T2 space. To prove it is a T2 space, we have started with the two distinct points in X. Okay. Now we have X2 is a regular plus T1 space. So just we will use the condition of a T1 space. Correct. What is there in the T1 space? We know the theorem or the characteristic property we have written. X2 is a T1 space if and only if every singleton sets are a closed set, and it is true for all members of capital X. Okay, so if it is a T1 space, so what should be the condition? Every singleton sets are a closed set. So can I say directly that singleton Y is a closed set? You can write the reason. The characteristic property of a T1 space are X2 is a T1 space if and only if every singleton sets are a closed set. Okay, that's why I'm saying in every lecture you have to use at least one or two theorem from the earlier lecture, so that you should be able to understand that we have to study at any cost if you want to understand the current lectures. So singleton Y is a closed set. So we have got a one closed set which does not contain the point X, correct? So we have got the condition of X is not a member of capital F, right? Now what is given to us? We have been provided that it is a regular space plus T1, that is it is a T3 space. So when we can use the condition of a regular, because we have already used the condition of a T1, right? So when we have to use a condition of being a regular space, कधी use करू शकतो आपण?
When we have two open sets, one containing that closed sets and other not containing.
Okay, let me repeat the definition of a regular space. What is a regular space? X2 is said to be a regular space. First, it is a T space, correct? So whenever you want to have a regular space, first you should have a one closed set which does not contain the point X. Okay. So whenever you are going to use a definition of a regular space, you should come to this one. Okay. You cannot assume this one. First, you should have one closed set which does not contain the point X. It is very similar to X is not a member of a singleton Y. We have proved that singleton Y is a closed set. So this closed set does not contain the point X. Okay, so to use a definition of regular space, we should have the condition of one closed set which does not contain the point X, and hence we can use the definition. Okay, and what we can write here as X2 is a regular space. If X2 is a regular space, what we can say? There exists the two open set G and H belongs to 2 such that their intersection is empty and they have a condition one contains the point X and one contains the closed set. Okay, have you got this definition of a regular space? How to use the definition?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what is F in this case? We have F is nothing but singleton Y which is contained in H, and X is a member of a G, right? So what was our aim to prove that it is a T2 space? If you remember, what was our aim to prove that X2 is a T2 space? For that we have started with the two different points. Okay. Now here we have found the two different open sets. There exist two disjoint open set. One contain the point X, another contain the closed set. Okay. So with the help of this, I can write directly Y belongs to H, because if it is in the form of a singleton set, set असेल तर आपण सबसेटची notation लिहितो इथे, right? And if we are writing in the form of an element, then we can say Y belongs to H. So hence we have started with the point that we have a two distinct point X and Y, and we have got the two open set G and H, or rather we can say they are disjoint. Okay. Hence, we have proved that they are disjoint open set which satisfy the condition one contains a point X and another contains the point Y, and as well as G intersection H is a empty set. Okay, so which implies that X2 is a T2 space. Okay, any doubt up to this one?
No, ma'am.
Simply you should remember that when we have to use the definition and when we have to consider. Okay, अगर हमने T2 space prove करना है तो हम start कहाँ से करेंगे? X is not equal to Y. When we want to use a definition of a regular space, अगर आपको regular space का definition use करना है तो आपको एक closed set find out करना पड़ेगा जो point X को नहीं consider करता है, right? So X is not a member of F. If we are able to find this type of a closed set, then you can use a definition of a regular space. Okay, so that's why I've written here as X2 is a regular space, we can use a definition. In the next, we are going to prove that every regular space need not to be T2 space. Okay, in the statement you can write every regular space need not be T2 space. Okay, every regular space need not be a T2 space. Okay, again we will take the same example that we have told you just now, that every regular space need not be T3 space. The similar example we will take where X is equals to A, B, C and 2 is equals to phi X singleton A, B, C. Okay, this is what a topology 2. No doubt it is a topology 2 on X, and to prove that it is a regular space, you can prove the result that it is a regular space. येते ना prove करायला? Okay, let me show you later. To prove that X2 is not a T2 space. Okay, again in T2 space, I have written one statement somewhere after the T2 space, as every T2 space is a T1 space. So all the characteristic properties, whatever we have seen for a T1 space, will be automatically true for a T2 space. So again you can write X2 is a T2 space. By using the characteristic property, we can say X2 is a T2 space if and only if every singleton sets are a closed set. But you can see here every singleton sets are not a closed set, since the family K does not contain the member B and C. Barabar?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can have here, what are the family K? Family K is nothing but complements of members of 2. Okay, what is a complement of phi? X. Complement of X is phi. Complement of A is BC. Complement of BC is A. So you can see here B and C are singleton sets, but they are not a closed set. Okay, so hence you can say that by using the characteristic property of a T2 space, you have to write down this statement. Somewhere after the T2 space, I have written this statement. Those who don't remember, go back to T2 space. There I have written the statement that X2 is a T2 space if and only if every singleton sets are a closed set. But here they are not a closed set, which implies X2 is not a T2 space. I hope the idea is clear up to now. Now I will prove it is a regular. Okay. So which means that we will prove every regular space need not be a T2 space. So we have proved that it is not a T2 space since it is not a T1. अगर T1 नहीं है तो obviously T2 भी नहीं होगा ना. Every T2 is a T1 space. What is a contrapositive for this statement? Negation of T1 implies negation of T2. Correct? आहेत का जागे सगळे? P implies Q.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Negation of P. So T2 implies T1, which means that my negation of T1 implies negation of T2. Just now in the starting of this lecture, I have proved this space is not a T1. So obviously it will not be a T2 space. Okay. So now just we have to prove it is a regular space. So if we prove it is a regular space, then every regular space need not be a T2 space. Okay. So let me
Yes,
prove it
ma'am.
in a regular space. I think we have done this now for the regular space.
Yes, ma'am.
हो गया है क्या होमवर्क या फिर क्लास में लिया था ये एग्जाम्पल ना? Yes, anyone remember?
घेतलंय मॅम क्लासमध्ये.
हो म्हणजे तेच एक्झाम्पल आहे ना रेग्युलर स्पेस प्रूव्ह केलं होतं.
येस मॅम.
Okay, so no need to go for that.
Yes, ma'am.
Already we have proved it is a regular and it is not a T1, so we can say that every regular space need not be a T2 space. Okay, this will be the homework for you people, the reverse one. Just now we have proved every regular is not a T2, correct? And the example is also given to you. Now the question is what? Prove or disprove every T2 space is regular. Okay, this will be the homework for you. Try to find out the answer that whether every T2 is a regular space. I don't know whether it is correct or not, but you should find out, take any example of a T2 space and try to find out whether it is a regular space. And if it is done, you can say that every regular is not a T2, but every T2 is a regular. As I have written, it is prove or disprove, you have to find out the answer. Let us go for the next one that I will show that every regular T naught space is a T3 space. Okay, what is the definition of a T3 space?
Regular plus T1.
Regular plus T1 is a T3 space. This is what a definition. Okay, but what we want to prove in this theorem, every regular plus T naught space is a T3 space. Okay, to prove that this one, the result in the beginning we will write down, we have been provided that X2 is a regular space. Next, X2 is a T naught space. Okay, to prove that X2 is a T3 space. X2 is a T3 space. Correct? To prove that X2 is a T3 space, that is to prove that X2 is
T1 space.
T1 plus regular ना. रेगुलर ऑलरेडी दिया है तो हम क्या प्रूव करेंगे सिंपली T1 स्पेस. करेक्ट.
Yes, ma'am.
रेगुलर ऑलरेडी दिलेला आहे ना. X2 is a regular space, so no need to prove that. Simply we have to prove it is a T1 space. So if I prove it is a T1 space, that is directly prove that it is a T3. Have you understood what we want to prove, how we have constructed the theorem?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So we can say that it is sufficient to prove that it is a T1 space since already provided that it is a regular space. Okay. So to prove any space to be a T1 space, no need to go every time with the definition. What we have to do? So if I want to prove it is a T1 space, I can use a characteristic property. Okay, what is a characterization property of a T1 space is every singleton sets are a closed set. And if I prove that every singleton set is a closed set in this space, then it will imply that it is a T1 space. Okay. So you can again write down the characterization property that X2 is a T1 space if and only if all the singleton sets are a closed set. Okay, but what is always true statement? Many times in the basic lectures I have told you that this is always true statement. Integer is always contained in A. These are true statements. So I can say the singleton X is always contained in singleton X bar. This is always true.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if I want to prove this equality, what I have to prove? I have to prove that both are subsets of one another. If I want to prove both are subsets of one another, already one part is proved. So what I have to prove? Simply I have to prove singleton X bar is a subset of singleton X. Okay. Combining equation 1 and 2, I can say that singleton X bar is equal to X. Right? If you remember one theorem which we have proved, if A bar is equals to A, then we say that A is a closed set. Correct? If A is equal to its closure, then we say that A is a closed set. So just we have to prove that the second condition is also true. How to prove this one? असं नाही प्रूव्ह केलात का कधी आपण? याच थेरम मध्ये प्रूव्ह केले होते ना कॅरेक्टरायझेशन प्रॉपर्टी. What we have to assume then, if possible? What is possible? If possible, we will assume the contradiction and we have proved the result. आठवते का? Already we have taken the proof of this. Singleton X is equal to singleton X bar in the characterization property of a T1 space. Okay? So I don't think so you remember this one. आठवते का आपण कॅरेक्टरायझेशन प्रॉपर्टी मध्ये हे प्रॉपर्टी प्रूव्ह केले somewhere in that. So I will left this as a part. You have to just write down or copy paste from there that we have to prove it is a T1. That is to prove that every singleton sets are a closed set. So first part already we have proved. That is always true statement. A is always subset of A bar. But simply you have to prove the reverse one. To prove reverse one, assume the contradiction and you will get the result. Now let me go for the next one, that is a normal space. See, from now onwards, all the theorems will be sometime repeated. So you should remember that which theorem we have studied where and which part in which space. So that's why that part which we have written here, every singleton sets are a closed set. So by characterization property of a T1 space, we can prove that result. Okay. So you can do that and let me go for the next one, that is a normal space. Okay, X2 is said to be a normal space if any two disjoint sets F1 and F2, there exist two disjoint open set such that F1 is contained in G and F2 is contained in H. Okay, what is given to us? X2 is a T space and X2 is said to be a normal space if for any two disjoint closed set F1 and F2, there exists two disjoint open set which satisfy the condition that one closed set is contained in one open set, another closed set is contained in another open set. Again, let us go for the, okay, let me write down the definition and then we'll go for the example of discrete and indiscrete. X2 is said to be normal space if for any two disjoint sets or rather we can say for any two disjoint closed sets. For any two disjoint closed set, there exist two disjoint open set. There exist two disjoint open set G and H such that F1 is contained in G and F2 is contained in H. Okay, so G and H belongs to such that F1 is contained in G and F2 is contained in H. Okay, disjoint means what? G and H intersection should be empty. I hope from the diagram itself it is understood that we should find out two disjoint open set. One contain the closed set F1, another contain the closed set F2. Any doubt for this definition?
No, ma'am.
If not, let me go for the example of a discrete T space. Okay, what is there in discrete T space? Every subset of X is closed as well as open. Correct? So in this case, it is very easy to prove. Correct, no? Because every set is, if it is open as well as closed, I can say F1 is contained in F1. Here it will act as an open set. Here it will act as a closed set. Correct, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can prove the result directly that since F1 F2 are disjoint closed set, they itself will act as a disjoint open set which will contain in themselves because every set is a subset of itself. So you can write the result that since in discrete topological space every set is open as well as closed, or we can say it is closed open. So if I am saying that every set is closed and open, F1 and F2 if I consider as a closed set, obviously they will belong to family tau. So they itself act as open as well as closed set and they are subsets of each other. So you can say F1 is contained in F1 itself and F2 is contained in F2, simply you can say here it will act as an open set and here it will act as a closed set, and hence the result. Okay, yes, can you say these things about the indiscrete space? Whether indiscrete space is also a normal space? Okay, so here you can write discrete space is a normal space. Yes, can you tell me whether indiscrete space is also a normal space?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, will you elaborate the answer?
Phi and X are closed and open also. So and their intersection is also empty. So we
Hmm.
can say that phi is contained in phi and X is contained in X.
Correct. So we are getting only two disjoint open as well as closed set because we have only two open set and two closed set. इनको छोड़ के कोई भी सेट हमें पता ही नहीं है ना. Simply we are having two open set as well as two closed set. They are each set. So they are subsets of each other. So hence you can say that indiscrete space is also a, you can say indiscrete space is also a normal space. Okay, indiscrete space T not T1 काय पण नव्हता, but now here it is a normal space. This is important one. You can note down that indiscrete space is a normal space. Now let us go for our favorite theorem, uh, topological and hereditary properties. So first one we will see is being a normal space is closed hereditary. It is not a hereditary. So you can have a MCQ like that or it may be question like that. Being a normal space is dot dot dot. So options may be closed hereditary, open hereditary, simply hereditary. So you can say the statement is what, being a normal space is closed hereditary. That means we have to take a subspace of a normal space is closed, then only it will be true. Okay. And the next one is being a normal space is a topological property. And after that we will define a T4 space. Okay, our statement for this one is closed subspace of a normal space is a normal space. We should have a closed subset. Closed subspace of a normal space is normal. Closed subspace of a normal space is normal. Yes. Can anyone tell me what is given to us in this?
X2 is normal space and we have to prove that 2 star is equal to related topology is closed hereditary property, that is it is normal space if and only if it is closed.
Okay. Yes, anyone else? Have you understood what is given and what is our aim to prove? Okay, let me start with the proof. Let X2 be a normal space. Let X star 2 star be its a subspace on the condition we have been provided that X star 2 star is a closed subspace, or we can say X star is a closed. If X star is a closed set, X star 2 star is a closed subspace. To prove that X star 2 star is a normal space. Okay. So if I want to prove a normal space, I have to start with the assumption that I have a two disjoint closed set. Okay, regular मध्ये एकच closed set होता ना. It does not contain the point x. But here we have a two disjoint closed set. Let me consider, let f1 star f2 star be two disjoint closed set where in x star 2 star. Okay, so if I want to prove any space to be a normal space, I have to start with the assumption that I have two disjoint closed set. Okay, if I have a two disjoint closed set, then what is our aim to prove that? We have to prove that it has two disjoint open set. One contain the first closed set, another contain the second closed set. Okay, so but we know that 2 star is equals to, it is nothing but intersection of x star with the members of 2, right? Related topology we have defined. So with the help of this one and one theorem which we have seen somewhere in the before basis, f star is equal to f intersection x star, where f star is a closed set in x star 2 star if and only if f is a closed set in x2. Right, those who remember this one, somewhere in the before the definition of base and subbase, we have written this theorem that f star is a closed set in x star 2 star if and only if f is a closed set in x2. So with the help of this theorem, we can say f1 star will be written as f1 intersection with x star, and f2 star is written as f2 intersection with x star. On the condition, what we can say by the theorem, f1 and f2 are the closed set from the family K, or you can say they are from x2. Correct? They are closed set from x2. So hence you can say f1 and f2 are the closed set in x2. Right? So now if I am saying that f1 star and f2 star both are disjoint, so can I directly say that f1 and f2 are also disjoint? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Because since f1 star is an intersection, no? f1 star f2 star क्या है, ये intersection है, right? So if you are saying that this intersection of f1 star f2 star is empty, you can say f1 and f2, their intersection will also be empty. So now what we can say now, we have two disjoint closed set in x2. But what is given to us? x2 is a what is x2?
Normal.
Okay, so if x2 is a normal space, what we can say, we can apply the condition of a normal space. We can use the definition of a normal space that there exist the two disjoint open set G and H which satisfy the condition that one contain the closed set F1 and another contain the closed set F2, and hence the result. Now what I have to do this, simply I have to apply the x star intersection on both sides and I will get the result. There exists G star H star belongs to 2 star. So how we have written this, G intersection x star and H intersection x star belongs to 2 star. By definition of a 2 star, you can write the reason by definition of a 2 star. So G intersection H is empty, which implies G star intersection H star is also empty. केलेत ना प्रूव्ह आपण असे?
Yes, ma'am.
So what you have to do for this one, simply take the intersection of F1 with X star, which is contained in G intersection X star. Again, F2 intersection with X star, again which is contained in H intersection with X star. And hence, by the theorem and by relative topology, you can write this as F1 star is contained in G star, and hence F2 star will also be contained in H star, which implies we have started with the assumption F1 star, F2 star are the two disjoint closed set. Okay. You remember somewhere here we have started F1 star, F2 star are the two disjoint closed set, and we have got the two disjoint open set also for them. One contain the F1 star, another contain the F2 star. सोपं आहे ना टोपोलॉजी?
Yes, ma'am.
Next theorem you can prove. I will keep it as it is. Simply you have to prove the topological property. Then I will start with T4 space. What is a T4 space? T1 plus normal space is a T4 space. Okay, this is what the definition of a T4 space. What is a T4 space? Let X2 be a T space. First it should be a T space. X2 is a T space. Then X2 is said to be a T4 space if it is T1 as well as it is a normal space. Okay. X2 is said to be T4 space if it is T1 as well as it is a normal space. Okay. So in the next lecture, we will see every T4 space is a T3 space. This result we will see in this. In the next lecture, again we will go for proving that every normal space need not be a T4 space. Every regular need not be normal. Every normal need not be regular. Okay. Next we will prove every T4 is normal. This is by definition. No need to prove. So these type of a theorem we will prove. Again, compact space already we have seen. Then we will see some of the properties of a compact spaces. Okay. No doubt I am knowing that I am taking somewhat fast so that your syllabus should be covered. Okay. But no doubt the theorems are repeated. You have to prove topological hereditary property. अब अगर आप एक बार वो proof लिखोगे तो no doubt I don't think so for the student of a PG level it will be difficult for proving for the next time. Because we have done it for T0, T1, T2, T3 regular. So just you have to prove for a T4. Okay, T4 के जो properties है जहाँ पे भी आपने T1 का prove किया है, right? Write the proof very similar to T1. Just use the property of a T4. Just you have to refer that as it is copy paste नहीं करना है. Okay. So what is a T4 space? We have a T4 space is normal as well as T1 space. So I hope you will do the for normal space. Okay. Now being a normal space is a topological property. In the next lecture, we will see every T4 is not a T3 or T3. That is, no doubt it will be T3. Every normal need not be T4, but every T4 is a normal. Every regular need not be normal, and every normal need not be regular. मतलब regular और normal के बीच में कोई भी relation नहीं है. Correct? So in this way, we will complete the syllabus if possible, but you should be ready with your preparation of exam. Okay, no, there is no PL for you people this time. Okay, if you have a doubt, you can ask me.